card race. A half a game ahead of the Red Sox, a team they beat yesterday. Now here come the Minnesota Twins, starting a 3-game series at the ballpark tonight. Actually, a 4-game series at the ballpark tonight. Even better. Along with Tom Grieve, I'm Josh Lewin. Nice to have you with us tonight. Nice to have Ian Kinsler back off the DL and doing what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, the Rangers don't become the best team they can be without Ian Kinsler in the lineup. There's no doubt about that. He missed a couple of weeks with his hamstring injury. He's only been back a couple of days, but he certainly made his presence felt in these 2 games. First game back early in the ball game, gave the Rangers a 1-0 lead, home run to right field. Yesterday, a long home run to left field. He's only been back a couple of days, but it's really apparent that his hamstring injury is okay. He stole a base, he scored some runs, he's knocked some in, and he's gone 4 for 6.
And with Julio Bourbon on the bench tonight because of who the Twins are starting, that's Francisco Liriano. Kinsler moves back to the top of the Ranger batting order, and you've got other guys capable of hitting the ball out tonight. That'll be for Tommy Hunter's benefit if that happens. Tommy and the Rangers good to go when we come back on Fox Sports Southwest. Progressive for a money-saving car insurance quote. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. By Jack in the Box. Get the big deal today for just $2.99 plus tax. And by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. The Rangers run on out there fresh off a very exciting 4-3 win against the Boston Red Sox. Frankie Francisco maybe following his toughest ever outing with one of his best ever outings. The Rangers pulled it out and now hand the ball to Tommy Hunter tonight. The Minnesota Twins are the opponent. They're 56-61, and they've been fading of late. Let's check the lineup brought to you by Southwest. It's going to be Denard Span, Brendan Harris, and Joe Mauer. Morneau, Kubel, and Kadire, Creedy, Young, and Punto rounded out. The Rangers now 16 games over 500. They've never been that under Ron Washington. Still trailing the Angels by a bit in the AL West, but we'll get to that in short order. First, let's talk about Tommy Hunter, who's got the lowest American League ERA since the end of June, which is a great thing to talk about. Scouting report brought to you by the Dallas County Community College District.
He's 5-2 on the season, a solid ERA, fewer hits than innings pitched, not many walks. Wednesday at Cleveland, Rangers needed a win. He stepped up 7 2/3, didn't give up a run, didn't walk a batter. 98 pitches, had 5 strikeouts with runners in scoring position. Exceptionally tough, a 136 opponent's batting average. He's got great makeup, good demeanor on the mound. He's very aggressive, and we've come to see over 9 starts from Tommy that you want a good solid game pitched, he's your man.
Wolfpack is good to go. That Ranger bullpen, which yesterday had Kevin Richardson as a spectator. He is out of the bullpen and into the starting lineup tonight. I think that's the big thing to note. Who is catching it? Tommy Hunter. This is a 28-year-old rookie whose heart has got to be pounding right now. His folks, Grant and Julie, are in from the Northwest, from Bellingham, Washington. His wife, Heidi, has arrived here, and he is obviously pretty pumped up to be out here in a pennant race.
Well, he should be. He should be pumped up to be a big leaguer. There's no doubt about it. And if you're Kevin catching in Oklahoma City, you're doing the best you can. You're hoping for an opportunity. You don't want to see someone get hurt, but if it happens, you welcome the opportunity to come up here and get your opportunity. He's probably caught Tommy in the minor leagues before. He's got some comfort there, you would think. But I would agree with you, Josh, that I'm sure he's got some butterflies. Heck, the guys that have been around for 10 years probably have some butterflies out there before the game starts, too.
He will always remember Denard Span as the guy that stepped in there first. And here we go. 4-game series with Minnesota underway. Home plate umpire is Mike DeMuro. He says that's ball 1 on a 96-degree summer evening at the ballpark. Michael Young in on the grass at third. Guards against the bunt possibility. Close but no, 2-0. So Tommy Hunter coming off that effort in Cleveland where he went into the 8th, did not allow a run. Struck out 5 Indians in that game. And one of the big deals for Tommy Hunter was not only how often he threw his curveball, but how well he threw his curveball for strikes about every time.
Just a little bit high with the pitches that are missing. They're over the plate, but just a little bit out of the strike zone. And Span's become a real solid leadoff hitter.
Boy, according to that, it's 0-4.
Yeah, actually, pretty tight strike zone by Mike DeMuro. Those are all strikes. He's thrown 4 strikes.
5 really, but the count is 3-2.
Span's got a .383 on base percentage. Pretty solid for a young leadoff hitter. Got a little bit of power. Runs the bases pretty well. 19 stolen bases. High draft choice. Become a good player for the Twins.
On the ground, second base, Kinsler has made only 8 errors all year. It was 18 at this time a year ago. Murphy, Bird, and Hamilton in the outfield. Nelson Cruz is down on a rehab assignment today, getting close to coming back. There's the infield defense, and we mentioned that Kevin Richardson out of Gonzaga University is catching Tommy Hunter. The rookie catcher is 5 years older than the rookie pitcher. Brendan Harris now for Minnesota. They've been using Orlando Cabrera ever since they acquired him at shortstop pretty much every game, but Cabrera's got the night off tonight. Harris, the former Tampa Bay Ray. Well, that game yesterday, the Rangers got 6 very good innings from Justin Nippert. Just his second career quality start believe it or not. He's gone 5 innings quite often. He needs 6 for the so-called quality start. Allowed 3 runs or less, and he did that yesterday. And the 6th time, Mr. Grieve, in the last 8 games that the Rangers have held their opponents to 3 runs or fewer.
Yeah, and I guess with Dustin, it's kind of misleading when we say he's only had 2 quality starts. If you look at his overall body of work, it's been quality. 38 innings, only 34 hits. His ERA is solid, under 4. Actually, it's 3.5. Opponent's batting average, 234. So he's still getting stretched out as a starter, but he's been doing a nice job, whatever role. Might be a spot start in an emergency, might be a long relief outing. Right now, he's in the rotation and doing the job there.
On the ground, third base, big hop. Michael Young off his back foot, throws him out.
Michael won a Gold Glove at shortstop last year, and by the time he's done, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he wins one at third base. He has looked exceptional at third base over the last couple of months. He will say it took a little bit of a transition to get used to it. We didn't notice it. We thought he was pretty good right off the bat, but now he's utilizing the great hands that he has. The ability to play shortstop helps him turn into double play when he throws to Ian quickly. And he's always had a strong, accurate arm. And I can't remember the last bad throw he's made.
2 ground ball outs, and that's a warm-up for Joe Mauer. All Mauer's done in the last couple of weeks is get 27 hits. He has 27 for his last 53, so he's betting .509. Catchers are supposed to wear down as the season goes along.
Well, he's won 2 batting championships, so he's not one of them. And, you know, he's hitting .400 for, whatever, a month and a half, a couple months of the season, and then he dropped down. He didn't expect that he'd be making another run. He's not going to get to .400, but he's raised his average 20 or 25 points, which is difficult to do late in the season with that hot streak that he's been on.
Well, mostly because of the rigors of that catching position. No catcher has ever hit better than .367, and that standard was established 73 years ago by the Brooklyn Dodgers' Babe Phelps. So here's Joe Mauer, 10 points ahead of that right now.
Not many other guys hit .360 either. That'd be quite an accomplishment for anybody.
Carves it to left field. It takes off. David Murphy at the track looking up. Joe Mauer is unbelievable. Opposite field, a home run. And the Twins lead 1-0. That's a 14-game hitting streak. It's his 23rd home run of the year. And they say, I guess, that power is sometimes the last tool to show up for a player. That is the case for Mauer, who's been averaging about 8 home runs a year. This year he's got 23.
Well, he's always had a great body. He's tall, strong, lanky. A beautiful swing, power to all fields, but he's always been more of a line drive hitter. This year, he's lofting the ball a little bit better, and when you can drive a ball out the opposite field on a line like that, it shows that you've got plenty of power. He's got a great chance to hit 30 home runs this year.
That gives him a 14-game hitting streak, what he just accomplished. Morneau takes a mighty rip.
If you catch a break right there with 2 outs, that ball hits the top of the wall and bounces back. It ended up going over the scoreboard, but in front of the wall, in front of the fans. It just missed hitting the top of the wall.
Boy, Tommy Hunter then gets mad and gets even, striking out Morneau on 3 pitches. Mauer's home run, though, makes it 1-0 Twins. He's got a 1-0 lead right now because of his catcher, Joe Mauer, homered in the top of the first. And now here come the Rangers with Kinsler, Young, and Hamilton. Then Bird, then Murphy, and Andrew Jones. Hank Blaylock, and making his big league debut is Kevin Richardson. Elvis Andrews batting 9th. Batting average for Elvis back up to 269 now. Liriano's only 5-11. ERA of about 5.4. The scouting report brought to you by the Dallas County Community College District.
He's 5-11, but he's kind of a difficult guy to gauge because on any given day, he can tune up a real solid start. He's got good stuff. His last start was maybe one of the best starts he's had all year against Kansas City. 7 innings, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Hasn't pitched well on the road this year. In fact, he's got the 4th highest ERA in the league.
Towering fly ball from Kinsler is going to end up foul.
Pitched a good game against the Rangers back on July 19th here. 6 innings, 5 hits, only gave up 2 earned runs. He left with a lead. That was the game that the Rangers won in that 3-game series. He didn't hit a walk-off home run to win it. But you can't look at the Twins and say they're a below 500 team and feel comfortable in a 4-game series. They've got some hitters, and they can score a lot of runs. And even though their pitching staff hasn't been solid for them this year, if a guy's in the big leagues on any given night, he can pitch a good game. So you have to be at your best to beat anybody.
Well, the Rangers lost 2 out of 3 to Minnesota right out of the All-Star break, and frankly, it was as flat as the Rangers had looked all year. Those 2 games right after that All-Star break was over. Chip bat, keeping the count at 2-2. Kinsler kind of staring at his bat. It's not going to bring it back, unfortunately.
There's a changeup, hit it right off the cupped portion of the end of the bat, and when that happens, frequently you'll see that little sliver chip right off the end of the bat.
There's the ball, there's my bat, and here's an eye roll. Ugh.
You know, if that was the only bat that you had and you didn't like anyone else's, you could still use that bat because all you have to do is turn it on the other side and you can find it.
New bat, no problem. Base hit, Ian Kinsler. In the left field corner, Delman Young has got it. Kinsler trotting into second base, now sliding. He's got a double.
Well, Ian got loose in that bat. Took a lot of swings, saw a lot of pitches. Got a good fastball to hit. Number 7, lower part of the strike zone, and ripped it down the left field line. 5 for 7 for Ian since he's come back from the disabled list.
He's got a chance to bat leadoff again tonight. He's on record as saying that's where he likes to be. Not that Julio Bourbon did anything wrong in his stint at the top of the order. In fact, he did a lot of things right. But you got a tough lefty on the mound tonight. And the left-hand hitting Bourbon takes the seat.
Liriano, a few years ago, 2006, looked like the second coming of Johan Santana. He went 12-3 with an ERA right around 2, but unfortunately hurt his arm in the middle of August. Missed most of the last part of the season and all of 2007. He had Tommy John surgery. Last year he pitched pretty well, had a winning record, spent some time on rehab in the minor leagues. But as of yet, he hasn't returned to the 2006 form when he was one of the best young pitchers in the league.
Well, the Rangers had offered Alfonso Soriano for him in 2005. Loving the upside that he absolutely went out there and showed it, as you said, in 2006. On appeal, no swing. That's Dale Scott down there. Liriano did bounce back pretty well in 08. He missed all of 07 with that Tommy John surgery. Before the surgery, he was throwing 95. He came back last year, it was more like 91, but he was mixing that slider in a lot more. And things still worked out okay. Rangers saw him make his big league debut.
Yeah, he was a little worried after that big league debut. He faced Gary Matthews, and Gary Matthews hit the longest ball he's ever hit in his life. Almost reached the second deck in left field at the Metrodome.
460 feet, as a matter of fact.
It was a tee shot, boy.
Well, let's see if Josh Hamilton can give Ron Gardenhire and Liriano a flashback.
Josh back in the third spot for tonight's game. Been hitting the fifth.
Well, back to number 3 is kind of a reward for Josh. And Ron Washington has said all along, when he shows what he's capable of doing, no problem getting him back there. And we saw a good example right there, even though a strike was called. Josh has not been chasing pitches out of his happy zone lately. The stat gurus actually keep a little stat they call chase percentage. That is when they see a hitter go after something that's not in the strike zone. This ball's going to dunk in a left. How about that? Base hit for Hamilton to load him up.
Delman Young must have been playing on a warning track. That looked like a fly ball to left field. Hit a ball like this, just between the infielder and the outfielder, but it looked like it went farther than just a little in between Texas leaguer. Young was playing pretty deep. He couldn't get to it, and neither could Brendan Harris.
That one might have been chased a little bit by Josh. It seemed like it was up, but had a good result. Kinsler had to wait to see what was going to happen, and now Marlon Byrd with the bases loaded, nobody out.
Looking for a fastball with the bases loaded, and I'm sure Joe Mauer felt that that's what he would be doing, and he threw him a changeup.
That game that Liriano pitched against the Rangers last month, Byrd was 2 for his last 2 against him. And now Marlon is hit with the bases loaded. The Rangers have tied the game.
Got off to a good start with Marlon. Got him to swing and miss at a changeup. It looked like he hit him with a slider or a cutter, something down and in.
Rick Anderson is going to go out there right away. Liriano has faced 4 Rangers. He's yet to retire a Ranger. That would and bounced in and hit him in the leg.
Well, he bounced the slider in there. Marlon will take an RBI on it. Hopefully his leg is fine. Looks like it is.
Liriano leads the Twins in hitting opposing batters. And now David Murphy with a chance to break the tie right away. The Angels and the Orioles tied 2-2 tonight. The Angels had that wacky 9-run 13th yesterday to win. The Rangers once had a 13-run 9th. But I can't remember a 9-run 13th.
Well, David's been filling in and doing an excellent job for the Rangers, but this is a spot where you'd love to see Nelly Cruz, and that right-handed power hitter back in the lineup is something the Rangers will welcome for situations like this. That is the middle of the order guy for the Rangers, not just against lefties, but especially dangerous against lefties.
We had Kinsler and Cruz both back in the lineup together. That'll be outstanding. Nelly is on a rehab assignment right now. Second strike to Murphy. Brandon McCarthy also playing for Oklahoma City tonight. Trying to work his way back into that Rangers pitching mix. Off the plate, 2-2. Andrew Jones on deck. Keep you posted on that Angels-Orioles game all night tonight. The Orioles, by the way, without Aubrey Huff for the rest of that series because he's been dealt to Detroit.
Nice pickup for Detroit. An example of one of those guys, veteran guys, that passes through waivers.
Twins trying to catch Detroit. The White Sox are as well. 3-2 to Murphy, bases loaded. Murphy in a right field. Kadire can't get it. 2-1 Texas.
Good at bat for Davis. Got behind in the count, missed a slider, took a fastball, then took 3 sliders out of the strike zone. 3-2, got a good pitch to hit, and drilled it into right in front of Kadire. Rangers have had 2 balls fall in front of the outfielders. This long line drive, I say long, only long for a single, and then the long blooper that Hamilton hit fell in front of Delman Young.
How frustrating this has got to be for Liriano. He's 22 pitches into his night. And remember, last time he allowed only 3 hits the entire ball game. He's allowed 3 hits tonight and doesn't have an out yet. He's also walked a guy and hit a guy. The Rangers trying to carry over some of the emotion from that Boston series in it tonight. They are in the process, leading 2-1 already. Joe Mauer hit the opposite field home run in the top of the inning. Andrew Jones has got to be aware that when Nelly Cruz is good to go, it's not an automatic anymore that he's in the lineup DHing against a lefty. He's trying to make a positive impression while he can. Inside corner, 1-2.
I'm sure Andrew's turning around saying if the first one's a strike and that one's a strike, he's either done a great job of hitting the corners or he's gotten a couple of calls. Those pitches weren't even close. The last one, I mean. First one was a strike.
On a hot night here in Arlington, Liriano, 26 pitches and still no outs.
That almost hit him.
That was almost 2 bases loaded to hit batsmen in the inning.
Really having trouble with his slider. That's almost the exact same pitch that hit Marlon Byrd. That one almost hit Andrew.
If you're Andrew, can you sit fastball here knowing that he's not able to get that slider over?
I think you have to look for a fastball right here and adjust to anything else. Not throwing that hard anyway.
High fly ball, left field. Delman Young still drifting in. Puts it away. And there's the first out.
Well, he did throw him something other than a fastball. He threw him something off speed at 84 miles an hour. And Andrew was a little bit out in front of it and got him to pop it up. It's actually a good pitch by Liriano. Threw him a changeup. It looked like a good pitch to hit, but the difference in speed between that and his fastball to a hitter who's looking for a fastball allowed him to get him to pop it up to left field.
Blaylock now with the rookie Richardson on deck. That'll be exciting for Kevin Richardson if he happened to come up with the bases loaded too.
Sure would.
Pull a Kevin Kuzman off and hit a grand slam in his first major league at bat right here at the ballpark. Blaylock sends one into center. Should be deep enough. Denard Span firing towards third base. Sac fly RBI. 3-1 Rangers.
Good at bat for half too. Against the lefty, you got to make contact in that situation, and he did. Got the ball in the air and brought in a run.
So now the unknown Ranger, Kevin Richardson, the 28-year-old rookie, was hitting .223 at AAA and was Saltalamacchia on the DL. And the Rangers, according to most local reports, yeah, they're out there looking for some veteran catching help, but they're going to test drive Richardson at least for a little while. He gets his first big league opportunity tonight. We mentioned he's from Bellingham, Washington, which is, according to its website tag, known as the City of Subdued Excitement. Ooh. And talking to Richardson before the game, I can see where that's kind of the case for him, too. I mean, he's obviously excited, but he's trying to maintain a professional bent here. Got that game face on, and I don't blame him for that.
Has he got the same game face that Bobby Knight had that time?
Where he started crunching it up and everything?
Yeah.
Probably not, would be my guess, but got a big rooting section here, as big as possible, that could come in from the Pacific Northwest on short notice. You want to make sure that we said hello to his coaches back at Gonzaga in Spokane, Washington, Coach Hertz, Coach McTough, that he, I guess, has quite a debt of appreciation to, helping to shape him into a big league ball player. And 28 is kind of old to be making your big league debut, but it's a guy in his 7th year in the Rangers organization. Thrilled to be getting an opportunity. He joins the Rangers while they're the wild card team. Liriano got him. It's a tough pitch, but the Rangers respond to Mauer's home run with 3 runs of their own. And it's the Rangers by a couple at the end of 1.
Head to the second, and in Community Corner tonight, they are having a good time, right? Yes, they are. It's Chris Johnson, who is the founder of Launching a Dream. What's this organization all about, Chris?
Launching a Dream is a nonprofit organization that we founded back in 2003. We provide a variety of youth, family, community services, summer after school, health education type programs to reach out into the inner cities and work with children and families.
Well, you see the number and everything on the screen. For those who want to get involved, go ahead and give them a call and check out the website. You guys continue to have fun tonight, all right? Yeah. Chris, keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Thank you, Josh.
Welcome to Community Corner, guys. Welcome to the second inning now. Jason Kubel at the plate, 9 for his last 20. And Tommy Hunter's got a 3-1 lead to work with. Over Blaylock, a base hit.
Kubel can really hit. He's a good, solid hitter, especially against right-handers. And he did a nice job of hitting right there. That pitch has gotten a lot of left-hand hitters out for Tommy. It's a cutter, the inside part of the plate. Kubel was right on it.
We talked about it during the pregame show. He is kind of the forgotten man. You get those lefties in a row, Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel. Everybody seems to know the M&M boys, Mauer and Morneau. But Jason Kubel now hitting .314. That is 10th best in the league. Got 68 runs batted in. And that can't be easy because 28 times he's been batting right after Morneau has homered. Cleared the bases. Ball and a strike to Michael Kadire. These Twins have lost 11 out of 15. They got one of the great closers in baseball, Joe Nathan, but they haven't even given him a save opportunity this entire month. That one getting away, bouncing right back to Richardson. He's going to fire. That was close. Got a friendly bounce off the backstop there. That's a wild pitch though for Tommy Hunter.
I just got away from Tommy. Almost got lucky with that carom off the wall, though.
Hunter brings it. Missing in. We were talking a little bit, Tag, about the fever pitch over the weekend, that series against the Red Sox. The Rangers ended up taking 2 out of 3. They were in position to sweep. Had a sad ending Friday night, but what you love is how the Rangers bounced back immediately.
Yep, and I don't think that was a big surprise to people that have watched the team play all season long. That's what we've seen them do on a regular basis. I know it's not a surprise to Ron Washington. He expects his team to do that.
Chasing as Kadire, down he goes.
Good curveball from Tommy right there.
That seemed to be the out pitch in Cleveland, too. Got a lot of confidence throwing that pitch. A former Chicago White Sox, Joe Creedy. The Rangers ended up 7-2 this year against Boston. Got a nice fat 8-4 record against the Angels right now, so that's another thing you like about this year's Rangers. They go head to head against the good teams, play very well. Actually, the Rangers 9-3 against the Angels.
The Rangers swept the series and then won 2 out of 3 times.
That's right, 5-1 here against the Angels, 4-2 there. I think the 4-2 there is really impressive. It's been a tough place for the Rangers to win.
And the Angels are also 34-23 on the road, so they're not one of those teams like the Red Sox who goes 20 games over at home and has an under 500 record on the road. Big sinker right there from Tommy. Back 88 miles an hour. That was an excellent sinker.
And Hunter working with Kevin Richardson tonight, as Jared Saltalamacchia is on the DL, and we're awaiting status on Salty, official word on exactly what's going to be happening with him. Getting looked at for that possible thoracic outlet syndrome. Creedy walks, Delman Young coming up. For those that aren't aware, Max Ramirez, who I guess normally would have been the option to bring up at catcher, he's been on the DL himself. He just came off the DL yesterday. Got into the game for Oklahoma City, but wasn't ready to come off the AAA DL and jump right to the big leagues. talk about the interest in Jared Saltalamacchia and what's going to become of him down the stretch. There's no one more interested in getting the MRI results than Saltalamacchia himself. Boy, Taylor Teagarden did a real nice job becoming the everyday catcher the last few days. Stepped into one and hit, what, a 420-foot home run yesterday. Tagged into center field right after the visit from Mike Maddox. It's going to thump up against the wall. 1 run scores. Delman Young pulls into second base. And the Twins are hitting Tommy Hunter a little bit. A home run, a single, a double. And Nick Punto comes up next.
That pitch is probably right in the center square. Delman Young had a good swing at it. He is not going to walk. In fact, to Delman Young, he's probably one of those guys you don't want to throw a good first pitch strike to. He's only walked 8 times in 252 at bats.
Wow.
He's going to swing at the first pitch most of the time. So I think the one thing that probably hurt Tommy right there was walking Creedy and feeling like he had to get ahead of Delman Young. Probably didn't have to throw him a strike to get him to swing at it.
Punto came in here, had a real strong series last month. His only home run of the year was in that series. Hunter with a comebacker, freezing the runner, in fact staring down the runner. Out number 2. Hunter had that look like, if you even think about it, I'm gonna kill you. Don't even think about coming home.
You never know if that runner is going to be going, just to make sure. The pitcher checks with him, gets that quick out at first base. Big out right there with a man on third base and less than 2 outs. But you're not out of it yet. You've got a good hitter up there with 2 men in scoring position.
This has been where Hunter's done his best work this year. Nice stop by Richardson. Hunter got Span on a ground out to start the ball game tonight. Young playing way in at third, not ruling out the bunt possibility. Count goes to 2-0. Brendan Harris on deck. Not the command for Tommy Hunter that we've been accustomed to seeing quite yet. He's at 36 pitches already. The Rangers made Liriano throw 34 in the bottom of the first. Inside. So 2 walks in the inning along with 2 hits.
Tommy didn't walk anybody in his last start, 7 2/3 without a walk. Now the season, 17 walks in 55 innings. That's less than 3 per 9 innings. So walks, that has not been a problem for him. It won't be a big problem right now if he can get Brendan Harris get out of the inning with a 1-run lead. Been several times this year where Tommy's struggled a little bit with his command early and then put it all together to finish strong, and that's what you're looking for right here.
He has clamped down on right-hand hitters for the most part all year. Right now it's just a matter of throwing strikes. 19 balls and 19 strikes so far from Tommy. You want that ratio to be 2-to-1 strikes to balls. I think you can make the case that in the first inning he was getting squeezed a little bit, especially in that opening at bat with Denard Span, but he's legitimately missing here in the second inning.
got Joe Mauer on deck, so this is the one you want to get right here. There you go.
Yeah, that three-headed monster of Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel just getting a little warmed up.
Every big league hitter can be a dangerous hitter, so you can't just say, okay, I've just got to lay one in there to throw a strike. You still have to make a quality pitch. Thank you. That would have been ball 3.
But it hit the bat, so you're appreciative of a 2-2 count.
Checked his swing in time, but the ball just hit the bottom of his bat.
That's a little thing, but boy, instead of 3-1, you're right, 2-2. And a chance to strand Mauer on deck. Didn't offer. This is a dangerous pitch coming now. These runners will be in motion.
That's one you might get him to swing at, but you got to bring it a little closer to the plate. That was so far down and away, and it wasn't quite tempting enough to get him to swing at it.
Runners get going. Tommy Hunter struck him out. Three-two Rangers as we go to the bottom of the second inning, and there was a dicey moment or two in that top of the second inning. Tommy Hunter struck out Brendan Harris.
And watch his left knee. The ball's going to go right by his left knee, high enough. Don't watch where the catcher catches it. Every pitch is going down when it gets to the catcher. And remember that Harris is a little bit behind the plate, so where that ball went by the plate, it was definitely high enough. Didn't look like it because the catcher caught it lower than the strike zone. But that's not where the strike zone is determined.
I think really the defining stat about Tommy Hunter for the year now, Tom, he has now had 23 official at-bats where there's been 2 outs and runners in scoring position. He's given up 1 hit.
Oh, that comes in handy.
Andrews lofting one to left. Delman Young has been busy out there. He's got it. Well, in the heat of a division race, a wild card race, whatever is going to be going on for the Rangers, you got young players stepping up, seemingly immune to any kind of playoff pressure. Tommy Hunter, bases loaded, Mauer on deck, strikes out Brendan Harris. And the courage to throw that curveball.
Yeah, last pitch wasn't a curveball though, but you're right. He'll throw the curveball.
The Angels now leading Baltimore 5-2. Boy, there's something. Credit where it's due, you know. I mean, it's been a wonderful season for the Rangers. And the Angels have been up against it all year on many fronts. They are 70-45 right now. Second best record in the league behind the Yankees. The Rangers a half a game better than Boston, though, for the wild card. The Red Sox have moved on to Toronto. We'll start a series with the Blue Jays tomorrow.
Liriano really struggling to throw strikes right now, and I think the best thing you can do is really go up there and look for a good pitch to hit. If you get it, fine, but be selective. Make him throw strikes because he's having a hard time doing it right now.
Chipped up in the air and in foul ground. Reaching in is Creedy, but it carried beyond him.
Now that was a 3-1 count, and that was a good pitch to hit. Ian just got underneath it. You don't want to take a pitch like that when you're one of the better hitters.
He's screaming, "I got it," but he didn't get it. A little beer shower over there. Three-two pitch. Boy, big rip. Ian with 5 home runs in his last 11 games. A home run swing there on a high fastball. Now he draws a walk. He has walked in 3 straight games. And a subtle thing, but if he indeed wants to be the leadoff hitter, that's a nice thing to be able to point to, that he's drawn some walks. Michael Young, part of a Ranger team, as we mentioned, leading in the wild card. Michael has certainly contributed to that fact. He's up to 20 home runs for the year. Keep in mind his career best is 24. Hard hit, a juggle, and a drop, and Michael Young is safe on a bullet.
That was a rocket. That was actually a beautiful play by Harris just to do what he did. That was a one-hop smash that Harris, if he catches that ball, it's a double play. But it took a hop on him, and he wasn't able to catch it. I don't blame him.
So Michael now with an infield hit and a walk in 2 innings. And Josh Hamilton to the plate. Hambone rifles one into right field. Base hit, Josh Hamilton. Kinsler running through a stop sign, jams on the brakes, and goes on back after all.
He wanted to go bad, but he got halfway and changed his mind. I think right at first he was going to go anyway, and then it dawned on him, nope, I saw the stop sign, I got to stop. Josh had a good swing at that pitch. That's when you'd love to see him elevated a little bit. That's an upper deck shot. That was a rope. 2 ropes in a row.
So once again, Marlon Byrd gets a chance to bat with the bases loaded. Last inning, he did not get a chance to swing the bat, though. He got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. It seems like just about everybody likes pitching Marlon in. And it hasn't phased Marlon Byrd. He's hitting .280 for the year. He's got a dozen home runs. Rip and a miss. Liriano's got that kind of recoil after he fires that ball. It's a fun guy to watch pitch from up here anyway. Probably not from the batter's box. A little bit off the plate.
The count's 2-1. The two pitches that have missed have been pretty close to being strikes.
Ron Gardenhire has an opinion.
He's saying same pitch, but maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It was in Ron's mind anyway. Count's 2-1. That looks like that's what the count should be.
Marlon Byrd, base hit right field. 1 run hit scored. 2 runs hit scored. Hamilton to third. Well, it starts with a Kinsler walk. Then an infield hit. Now a couple of base hits follow. And the Rangers lead 5-2.
That's what you want to do right there. Don't try to pull the ball. Go back up the middle with it. Good at bat for Marlon.
Boy, they are making Liriano sweat. 51 pitches. He's only gotten 4 outs. It's kind of a tip of the hat here, I guess, to Tommy Hunter. The one night where he doesn't quite have the command yet, the Rangers essentially say, that's okay. We'll just get you a bunch of runs.
The Rangers have played a lot of relatively low-scoring, close games. And so the pitchers have pitched in pressure situations inning after inning. Virtually every inning against the Red Sox. Excuse me, every inning against the Red Sox was a pressure inning. They finally got a big lead in game 2, but for most of that game, it was very close.
You saw Bobby Keppel getting warm in the bullpen. Murphy reaches out, strokes on the left field. Delman Young drifting back. He's got it. Hamilton tags and scores. The Rangers with 3 in the first and 3 in the second, leading 6-2.
Well, against a left-hand pitcher, two good at-bats for David. He had a base hit to right to drive in a run in the first, and now a line shot to left field right at Young. But it's exactly what you're looking for in that situation. Hit the ball in the air, get a base hit, great. If not, get a sacrifice fly. Pitch on the outside corner, going with it. Nice at-bat. Marlon and David have each had, well, they've not each had 2 RBIs. Marlon's actually had 3. Was hit by a pitch, brought in a run too.
Bird with a great jump, and he's going to steal second base. Rangers leading by 4, but step on that gas pedal. Stolen base number 7 for Marlon Byrd. The Rangers still lead the majors in stolen base percentage. They know when to go.
A chance for Mauer on that one. Liriano very slow to the plate.
Been a Xerox copy of the 2 innings here.
Pretty much.
1 in the first, top of, then 3 in the bottom.
And for the Rangers, Kinsler, Young, and Hamilton have all 3 been on twice, and they've scored all 6 runs, 2 apiece.
Liriano, not too long ago, tuned up a 3-hit complete game shutout here at the ballpark. Earlier this year, not as successful, went 6 innings, got a no decision. This is as hard as the Rangers have hit him here. And now Andrew Jones fires one into center, base hit. Marlon Byrd coming around. It is 7-2 Texas.
So that ball was hit so hard that Span couldn't charge it. And he ended up catching it so deep in the outfield, he had no chance to make a throw to the plate. The ball that Michael hit was a shot, and that one that Andrew just hit would have been halfway up the hill in center field if he got it up in the air. Same with the one Josh hit. They're lighting Liriano up this inning. We get a man on first, right on the good part of the plate to hit. Marlon's stolen base plates a run right here.
The Rangers are hitting .700 against Liriano. They're 7 for 10 officially. A couple of walks and a hit batsman. Two of the outs achieved by Liriano have been on sac flies.
Well, the first 4 hitters in the lineup haven't made an out yet. And Murphy, the only out, you're right, the only out he made was a sacrifice fly. So as far as at-bats go, no outs among the first 5 hitters yet.
Well, the highest scoring game of the Red Sox series was this exact score, 7-2, at least in terms of a Rangers win. That other win was 4-3. It's already 7-2 tonight. We're in the bottom of the second.
Mariano's thrown 58 pitches.
It's possible the call goes to Keppel if Blaylock gets on here.
I don't know how Keppel has been throwing lately, but when he came up to the big leagues, he got some outings against the Rangers early in his big league stint, and he was terrific. He was very tough to hit. Tall guy with a good hard sinker.
Blaylock fouls it straight back. And as has been reported quite a bit around the Metroplex, if you're kind of inside the numbers on Ranger baseball, Hank still hasn't walked since the All-Star break. He's just going up there swinging. But with a lot of success this year, he's got 23 home runs. Swings, breaks his bat. Liriano's finally out of the inning, but the Rangers tack on 4 more, and at the end of 2, they lead by 5.
The 7-2, Josh and Tom. I found the Richardson family. This is his mother down here looking through the binoculars. That's Julie. His father, Grant. His wife, Heidi. Heidi, we'll start with you. This morning, Kevin, knowing that he was going to catch in his very first big league game, a little nervous?
Oh, he's definitely nervous, but I think he was a little more excited than nervous. Kind of like
Grant, where were you when you heard the news your son was being called up to the bigs?
Well, it was 3 days ago at about 11 in the evening, and I was in bed, and I heard him on the phone with Julie talking, and she got really excited, and I thought that might be the call-up that we'd all been hoping for, and it was. So.
Julie, your first initial reaction when you heard the news?
Oh, I was really excited for Kevin. He's worked really hard over the years, and I think he deserves this shot, and I'm excited for him.
There you go. Well, nice to meet you. Enjoy the rest of the game. Kevin's up next half inning. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Jim, and we welcome the Richardsons. They own and operate a firm called AT TEX up there in the Pacific Northwest. And Dad played some high school baseball, but never did pursue it as a vocation. Sonny Boy has done that, and here he is in the big leagues with Joe Mauer standing there in the batter's box. Mauer going opposite field again. He did that for a home run earlier. This time it is a foul ball. Not by much.
Well, that's the thing that makes, to me anyway, the thing that makes Mauer and Morneau such great hitters is their ability to show power to all fields.
Wow.
Tougher to pitch to. They drive the ball to the gaps. For Mauer, it's really the left field foul line to the right field foul line, depending on what the pitch is, where it is. Off-speed pitch. They turn on it or drive it that way. He's already hit a home run to left field today.
Well, according to baseballreference.com, our buddy John Lowe from the Detroit Free Press has forwarded that information to me. I'm going to pass it along in a second. There's a ground ball to short. For Mauer now, 34 of his 67 career home runs, so essentially more than half, have been to left or left center.
And I'm not surprised to hear that, because that's the kind of hitter he is, and the fact that they don't try to pull the ball has made them very good hitters against left-handed pitching. And a lot of times you might have two left-hand hitters in the middle of your lineup that are very effective against righties, but can be pitched to by lefties. That's not the case with these guys. These guys are equally good hitting left-handers as they are right-handers.
Morneau, who leads the league in runs batted in, he's third in home runs. Native Canadian will take inside.
Morneau is actually hitting higher against lefties this year, 314 against lefties, than he is righties. Mauer hitting over 300, not higher against lefties, but over 300 against him.
Morneau last year finished 1 RBI behind Josh Hamilton for the American League lead in runs batted in. And he was in range for AL MVP for a while, kind of faded in September. Dustin Pedroia overtook him. Morneau went 10 for 55 down the stretch last year, and Pedroia was coming on at that point.
If the Twins were a better team this year, he'd be in line for it this year.
Yeah.
He leads the league in RBIs. Of course, Mauer would be in line for it too.
Well, you never know. I mean, even if the Twins finish 10 games under the kind of season that, what if Mauer hits 380?
I guess it depends what key players on the contenders do.
Right. Kinsler playing way out there in right field will welcome the baseball to him and take care of Morneau.
It's not unheard of. Alex Rodriguez won that award with the Rangers on
Sure.
the last place team. So I think given equal or almost equal performance, the player that plays for the contender will always win. But if it's very unbalanced, Andre Dawson has done the same thing.
Sure.
It's happened before where a player on a lesser team has won.
Well, and this is the kind of season, too. It's possible that no one in the American League will hit 40 home runs. Right now, 31 leads the way. Carlos Pena's got that.
Well, the Red Sox and Yankees, I guess Teixeira's having a nice year, but he's not having a spectacular year. Maybe not even his best year, but he's having a good year. He'd be a contender. Red Sox, I don't think, have anybody right now. I guess Euclid could develop into one in September. Good inning for Tommy. Just what you want to see. Get some runs, struggle early, and start putting it together.
Looking good. 7-2. Rangers, bottom third, coming up. The nation's fastest 3G network, AT Your World, delivered. Well, the most productive years that Ron Washington spent playing in the big leagues, he spent in Minnesota. Tonight, his guys for the Texas Rangers. A very productive night against Minnesota, and they've chased away Francisco Liriano after 2 innings. The Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen finds Bobby Keppel on the mound now, taking on the rookie Kevin Richardson.
Keppel's ERA is a little bit higher than the last time we saw him. When we saw him, he was throwing hard sinkers.
He did that against the Rangers as a Kansas City Royal a few years ago, too. Had an 8-inning, 3-hit performance against the Rangers. It kind of went under the radar because both teams were way out of the race by then that year. And you're right, Tag. As a Minnesota Twin in this ballpark last month.
Yeah, he was tough.
He was real good.
I think we saw him twice. Kevin getting his second at bat in the game, and he's nervous, but he's not half as nervous as his mom and dad are.
They almost got a foul ball from their son. Now that's cool.
That would have topped the kid catching 2, I think, if his dad caught a foul ball right there.
Hey, Pop, thanks for coming. Here's a ball for you. Look how close that was.
Almost hit his wife with the ball.
That would not have been cool.
That would have been bad.
There's a great story about Bob Feller about that kind of thing. Tell you that in just a moment. 2-2 first to Kevin Richardson. First big league base hit.
All right. I love that.
Well, he struck out to end the first, and they know they're going to get that ball in for the 28-year-old rookie. Listen to the ovation. They tell a story about Bob Feller, Tag, at Comiskey Park in 1939. Bob Feller watched one of his pitches get fouled off and hit his mother on the head on Mother's Day.
Wow.
And she was okay, but a little bit unnerving.
And did he drill the hitter for doing it?
You know what? Probably, but that part of the story I don't know. Right after the foul ball that was almost hit to Mom and Dad. The first big league base hit. That's great.
That's great.
Elvis Andrus now, little looper, and Richardson back to first. You might remember Elvis debuted very well. Got a double in his first big league at bat. Elvis did that off a reigning Cy Young Award winner too, right? Cliff Lee was here on opening day.
That's right.
Richardson will always have Bobby Keppel. Now Kinsler, who has doubled and walked and scored twice. Temperature in the mid-90s, got a little bit of a breeze blowing tonight. And a crowd that looks similar to what was here yesterday on a hot afternoon. Somewhere in the 24,000, 25,000 range maybe. A reminder, Wednesday night, the traffic is going to be a mess around here because of the Paul McCartney concert right down the road. That one inside, it hit Kinsler. That's been happening a lot lately.
He got his jersey.
Looked like it untucked the jersey. Kinsler's been on base 3 times in 3 innings. came the jersey.
That's happened to him one other time this year. The exact same thing.
Kinsler has to get dressed again over there at first. 2 on, just 1 out for Michael Young. The top 4 hitters in the Rangers lineup tag have been up 9 times, and they've been on 9 times.
Haven't made it out yet. They've been on in all different ways, too. A couple of walks and a couple of hit batters.
Rangers still trying to catch the Angels for the AL West. But right now they're the wild card. They're the leaders. The Geico quote comes from the Rangers leader, Michael Young. The great thing about tonight, the Rangers already 7 runs, no home runs. That doesn't have to be the bread and butter anymore. Outside, 2-2, Hamilton on deck. Yep, Michael Young knew it too.
Made a good pitch on him, which Keppel was capable of doing. A slider right on the outside corner.
Can you say Keppel is capable like 5 times in a row?
Keppel is capable. Keppel is capable. Keppel is capable. Keppel is capable. Keppel is capable.
That's pretty good. I didn't think you could do it.
I can't say toy boat 5 times fast though. Actually, I can because I've practiced it so many times.
That's what you do, huh?
Try that one at home. Toy boat 5 times as fast as you can.
How about red leather, yellow leather?
Then email us in if you can do it. We'll call you and let you prove it.
Yeah, that's right. You have
Just
to prove
kidding
it
about that last part.
Hamilton with 2 singles is now 15 for his last 26. Whatever concerns there were about Josh Hamilton have been vaporized. A .421 batting average here in the month of August. Put that in your toy boat. 1-2 now to Josh. The batting average was down as low as .220. Now it's pushing .270. And that turnaround has essentially been just a 2-week thing. Down and in, 2-2 with 2 on, 2 out. 7-2 Rangers already. Keppel got him to end the inning. The Rangers threatened a bit, didn't score, but there was some excitement that inning. Kevin Richardson's family definitely excited. 28-year-old rookie, first big league base hit. 1990, Nolan Ryan and Charlie Huff combined to set what major league record? Answer coming up very soon. Bottom of the fourth. Is that really 19 years ago? 1990 was 19 years ago.
Sure was.
Tommy Hunter was 4. High fly ball off the bat of Michael Kadire. Carries and carries and carries. Murphy will make the catch.
Wow. I thought that was a pop up to left. Well, it was, but a lot deeper than I thought.
One down. Joe Creedy comes up. We go to Jim Knox.
All right, thank you, Josh. And good news, Josh and Tom, I found the Sonic people. That's right. They're going to bring some food up in a couple innings. Ron Donaldson, we're always waiting for the bottom of the 6th Sonic Slam inning. Get your prediction tonight. Who's going to hit one out for the Rangers in the bottom of the 6th?
Marlon Byrd.
Marlon Byrd. Good choice. He had a nice hit a couple innings ago. Good to see you guys. Good to have you on hand. And food's coming your way, guys.
Tell them thanks very much, Jim.
All right. Josh and Tom said thanks. Of course, they're eagerly waiting the big feast, okay?
Good.
Looking forward to the tots. High fly ball. This one will not carry. Kinsler makes a two-hand catch. Little League coaches everywhere say thank you, Ian. Two hands, just like we're trying to teach the kids.
After a little bit of a shaky second inning, Twins left the bases loaded, scored a run. Tommy's retired 7 straight. We've seen Tommy do this a number of times this year. Just be a little bit off early, no problem, battle through it. As you said, Josh, he's pitched out of some jams by very seldom giving up anything with men in scoring position in a couple of outs, and then putting it together after that, after the second inning, and finishing strong. Hopefully this will be another one just like that. Good changeup right on the outside corner.
That whole when the going gets tough mentality, we've talked about it before, and I don't think it's an overstatement that the whole background that he had as a national judo champion as a kid, 11 years old, 12 years old, and kept on with the judo till he was 13. But he developed a mindset early. When you're out there, I'm not a judo guy. I don't know the ins and outs. Oh, I know that might shock you to hear that, but I just got to imagine that. Mentally, you would be strong doing that. Bow to your sensei, Delman Young. That's it for the top of the fourth. Rangers 7, Minnesota 2. Did something special. What was it? Oldest pitchers to start each game of a doubleheader. Nolan was 43. Charlie Huff was 42.
Wow.
And Tommy Hunter, tonight's starter, is 23. Got a new second baseman in the game for Minnesota. Nick Punto has been removed, is that right? Casillas at second. Brendan Harris has moved.
He's still at short. Harris is still at short. Unless Harris is out and Punto's at short. Punto's at short, Harris is out.
That is Creedy over there at third, right?
That's right.
Well, wait a minute. I'm quite confused now.
Well, Punto was playing second. Now he's playing short.
No, Harris is at first, it looks like, right?
Morneau's out. Okay.
Yeah, Harris at
Well, if we
first.
keep looking, we'll find the guy that's out.
Wow, Justin Morneau has left after an 0 for 2. We'll endeavor to find out what that's all about, but yeah, okay. Got a collective Where's Waldo thing happening here.
Are we still here?
Nope. If tag falls in the forest.
Nick Punto. Okay.
I'm still writing this down too. Punto at short, Harris at first, Casilla at second. Got it. All right.
Got it.
Now life goes on. Murphy sends one up in the air. I believe that's Nick Punto that will make the catch. Folks, you can follow the Rangers on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com. At Bat 2009 features play-by-play video highlights, live audio broadcast. Go to TexasRangers.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. Jump around the scoreboard next inning for you. That ball, wow, smothered at third base by Creedy. What a play. High throw, down on the bag is Harris. An electric end to the bottom of the fourth inning. Great play both ways. And it stays 7-2 Texas. Ford F-150. A lot of scoring early in the ball game. All the scoring in the first 2 innings. 7-2 Rangers. And after a scoreless third and a scoreless fourth, here we go into the fifth. Nick Punto taking up and outside. Rangers trying to chase down those Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. All year long, they have not been making that an easy thing to do. Tonight, the Angels lead in Baltimore It is 8-3 in the 8th inning. Vlad Guerrero, a pair of home runs. Kendry Morales has hit number 26. Not for nothing, we were talking about MVP possibilities earlier. Kendry Morales might be kind of a dark horse candidate if the Angels end up winning 100 games.
Yeah, we said that the other day. Finishes strong in September.
Fouled back this way. You'd have to be a Gold Glover like Jim Sundberg did to make that catch. Tough one in our neighborhood. Jim Sundberg, by the way, has just wandered into our neighborhood. His foot feeling much better, we are told. Looking much better, certainly.
Well, if Sonny's feet weren't so ugly, we'd give you a shot of those surgically repaired feet. But having looked at them before, I think probably, since this is a family-style show, we shouldn't show those feet.
Can we?
We're just glad to see Sonny doing well. Many years of catching led to some pretty nasty-looking feet.
Can we at
some
least
very sore feet?
Can we show his smiling face at least?
We can show Sonny back there. Glad to have you back, Sonny.
Good to see you, Sonny.
Glad those feet are back in working order. Last time I saw Sonny on the golf course, he was barefoot, so he'll be able to put his golf shoes on now.
The tools of ignorance have worn him down. A fly ball foul off the bat of Punto. Some other scores, by the way. The Royals lead the White Sox tonight 3-0 after 2. Yuniesky Betancourt, the home run for Kansas City. Yankees play the A's tonight out on the West Coast. Long at bat continues for Punto.
A very interesting night for a lot of major league teams who haven't signed some of their draft choices tonight. At I guess it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 Central.
Midnight Eastern time is the deadline. So I don't know if we'll know anything during the game, but we'll know something before midnight whether the Rangers are able to sign their #1 draft choice, Matthew Perk.
Out of the Houston area. There are a lot of #1 picks still unsigned. Matt Perk is not the only one.
Well, the big one is Steven Strasburg. Here's the Nationals.
We're the Nationals.
There they are.
You got to sign him, right? I mean, you got to.
Well, I guess within reason you do. The one thing you can do now, if the Rangers don't sign Matt Perk, they'll get that same pick again next year, along with their other #1 draft choice. So at least you're compensated in that way. You don't really lose anything. You just get it a year later. Now, you don't know what kind of talent will be in next year's draft, whether it will lead to someone as talented as the player that you can't sign. But it at least gives you some reason not to give in all the way to the agent who is trying to negotiate for the player, because you do get something if you can't sign your player.
10th pitch of the at bat. Kinsler tears after it, going to try to help out Hunter. He does! Remember, the bases were loaded. A 3-ball count to Brendan Harris back in the 2nd inning. Maurer on deck. Since that time, well, Harris struck out, and overall it's been 8 straight set down by Tommy Hunter.
Well, I think one of the compliments you give to really good pitchers is you better get them early. And I don't want to put Tommy in that category yet. He's only started 10 times in the big leagues. But somewhere down the road, I think a pitcher is pretty proud when people around the league say, yep, you may get him in trouble early, but you better get to him. Otherwise, he's going to put it all together, and you're going to have trouble. And guys like Jim Palmer and Fergie Jenkins, that's the kind of catfish hunter. You might get to him a little bit early, but if you don't really get to him, they settle down, get it back together. You're in for a long night. And Tommy so far this year has been that kind of guy.
Rolls in a strike to Denard Span. Ooh, we just got an email from Galesburg, Illinois, Jim Sundberg's hometown. Somebody's got a picture of Sonny from his class reunion.
I thought they were going to say they had a picture of his feet.
Either way, that's
any way we can get a hold of that, we'd like to see it.
This gentleman says have Sonny get in touch if he'd like it. But you know what? I say that forget even telling Sonny about it. Let's just email this guy back and say we'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it. If there's any way to pass it on to us. In fact, if it's really good, maybe we can put it on TV.
So we can show Sonny gallivanting around Galesburg, Illinois, but we can't show his feet.
Well, they're probably already all right back then. You know, one of the elevator operators at the ballpark in Seattle is from Galesburg, Illinois.
Span with another foul ball to keep the at-bat going. George Reeves is also from Galesburg, the original Superman on TV, and that's what Galesburg had been talking about for years. That was the pride of Galesburg. But then Jim Sundberg emerged, and he was more popular than Superman.
Should be. Superman couldn't hit or catch.
Another foul by Span.
He's been too long at bats right here.
In fairness, Jim Sundberg can't fly.
No, he can't. You're right. So it's even.
You're right about these at bats too. It was a 10-pitch at bat with Punto. Here comes number 7 to Span.
Tommy's had to throw 17 pitches. There's no base runners. It's only the second hitter. I mentioned that Span's a good on-base percentage guy. Don't know all the on-base percentages for the leadoff hitters in the league, but I would imagine his 383 is among the better ones.
It is among the top 4, as a matter of fact. You are correct, sir.
And you see Tommy trying to get him to swing at that high fastball, but so far in the at-bat he hasn't chased it. Chased that one.
Yeah, and down he goes. Hey, guys. 2 outs. Michael Young started running in.
Well, they've been out there for so long. Yeah, I can see how they would not know.
Elvis started running in. And they both jammed on the brakes like, wait a minute, what? How come nobody else is running in?
Yeah, and Kevin's the rookie. He was afraid to throw it. He knew there were 2 outs, but he said, hey, if these guys are going off the field, maybe they've changed the rules in the big leagues. You only get 2 outs in the 5th inning. Look at all those pitches.
The left side of the infield made it into the grass and then realized something's amiss. Where are my guys going, says Tommy Hunter.
That's an empty feeling right there. You feel like you're in the twilight zone. I'm positive there's 2 outs, but hey, wait a minute.
I don't know if Andrews followed Young or Young followed Andrews, but they started running in together. Nobody else took the bait.
That'll cost him $1 in the Kangaroo Court.
Happens to everybody. Once a year at least. Ground ball again. Kinsler's got it again. And Tommy Hunter has set down 10 twins in a row. 7-2 Texas. Kid Tuesdays. Tomorrow against the Twins, kids 13 and under get in free. One free child's ticket available with every full-price adult ticket purchase. Some restrictions do apply. Go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS. That's brought to you by Lone Star 92.5. Rangers leading 7-2 tonight. Bobby Keppel to Hank Blaylock. And a breaking ball for a strike. The Rangers scored 3 in the first and 4 in the second. Tommy Hunter has done the rest. Mark McLemore joins us this inning. You heard him on Rangers Live before the game. You'll see him on Rangers Live after the game. And a lot of things to talk to you about, Mr. McLemore. First, it's Hank Blaylock swinging, driving it, but foul. I want to ask you about the guy on deck. Kevin Richardson is 28. He's never been in a big league game before. He's got to start tonight. And, you know, there's kind of this pennant fever thing going on right now. It's a big night. What goes through a player's mind when he makes that big league debut?
I'll tell you what, he's got to be excited. He's got to have butterflies, but he's a little older than most rookies, you know, for their first time in the big league. So, you've got to be excited.
Your big league debut, can you articulate?
Nervous, scared to death.
Where were you? Who did you face?
I was, actually, my first debut was September 13th, 1986 in Chicago, Old Comiskey Park. I pinch ran for Bob Boone in the 8th inning. And I was out there for all of maybe 2 pitches. Somebody hit a fly ball, so I ran as fast as I could around second base just to show everybody I could run. Thank you.
How about your first hit?
My first hit, opening day of '87. Mark Langston threw me a 2-1 slider. Base hit to left field, scored it. Actually, it was a game-winning hit.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's a good one to remember. Now, do you have the ball?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Prominently displayed somewhere?
I sure do.
With a nameplate and everything, it says this is the ball that Mark McLemore hit, or you just know what it is?
I actually have it. You know, it's got the whole situation written out on it. So
nice.
yeah, I
nice.
got it. My wife put it in a little display case. I've also got my first. I've got a ticket for the first game that I played in.
Ooh, that'd be nice to have. I wish I had that.
And my last.
Not yours, but mine.
He'll probably sell it to you.
Maybe you could run the copy off for me.
Well, Kevin Richardson at 8:14 p.m. on Monday, August the 17th, 2009, got his first big league hit. It was up the middle.
That's something players don't think to get. You know, you're happy to get the ball, but that's a nice thing to get, maybe an uncut ticket for your first game. It's an easy thing to get if you think about it.
Well, actually, I didn't think about it, and I didn't know. My sister got it for me.
Did she?
And she also got me the last ticket for the last game I played in. So,
nice.
So for 20 years, I didn't know she had that first ticket.
Last Rangers number 61 was Chanahoe Park. Now it is Kevin Richardson. Dropped it short. Picks it first, though.
Hit that ball just as hard as he hit the first one.
There's now 1 for 3 in the big leagues. He might want to upgrade that number, though, huh? If he hangs around for a while.
I don't think it's going to matter to him.
That's the last thing he's thinking about right now.
Punto stayed with it. Now Elvis Andrus, a 7-2 lead for the Rangers. And Mac, real quick, your comments about Tommy Hunter for tonight.
Well, he started off a little rough. He didn't have his command, but I think with the Rangers going out and scoring some runs, it made him relax a little bit. Now he's doing what he's been doing his last 4 or 5 starts, going out there, getting ahead of the hitters and keeping them off balance and shutting them down. And, you know, those first couple of innings, he was kind of shaky, just not able to find his rhythm.
I know the one thing Ron Washington would love to see tonight is maintain a nice lead like this, have Tommy go as deep into the game as he can, and avoid using Frankie, CJ, Neftali, Darren, and save those guys for later on in the series.
Well, that's what it's about. You get those horses out there that can eat up innings and save your bullpen when you need them. You know, for when you need them.
Well, one of the things I guess you run into is when you're playing great baseball and you're having close games, your late inning guys are getting a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Well, the one thing that really does stand out this year is how But we just don't see the bullpen up in the second inning, third inning, ever. I mean, it seemed like it was happening every other game last year. We'd see a Jamie Wright or a Josh Roop in the game in the fourth inning.
It really was, and that's the big difference. I mean, you've got, the starters are taking the ball and taking the lead and saying, hey, we're going to go and give you 6, 7 quality innings.
Bobby Keppel strikes out Elvis Andrews. It's the patented Mark McLemore in the booth 1-2-3 inning. Thank you, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, good to see you.
Right.
Thanks, man.
Rangers leading by 5. Tommy Hunter back out there. On tickets for Monday through Thursday Ranger games. Compliments of Southwest Airlines. Purchased by entering DINGER as the coupon code at TexasRangers.com. Upper box, upper reserve, grandstand reserve tickets for just $5. Joe Mauer leading the league in hitting. Got a home run tonight. He's got a 14-game hitting streak. But the Rangers lead the ball game 7-2. And Tommy Hunter, after a shaky first 2 innings. 3 great innings in a row, the third, fourth, and the fifth. Mauer, who missed the first 4 weeks this year recovering from a kidney problem, returned May the 1st. Homered on his first swing.
That long 5th inning with only 3 batters, but the 2 long at bats may end up costing him an extra inning the way they prolong those at bats.
Mauer thunders past first on his way to second. Hamilton's throw is too late.
Yeah, Mauer can run for a catcher. In fact, he can run, period. He was a great high school quarterback when he was in high school. Obviously agile. And even though he's been catching his whole major league career, it hasn't slowed him down on the bases. Now, he's not one of the faster guys in the league. I don't mean to say that, but he's a good runner, not a catcher when it comes to running the bases.
When you watch him swing up there, and this was written about in a Sports Illustrated article not too long ago, he never seems tense up there. That easy nature that we've remarked about with Neftali Feliz, the way he throws the ball, and it's so effortless. And then bang, it's on you at 100 miles an hour. I think Mauer conducts himself in the batter's box kind of like that. It just looks like he's up there with not a care in the world.
Yeah, I think most great hitters look that way. Most great hitters have a nice, relaxed, smooth swing. And his is about as smooth and sweet as it gets.
Alexei Casilla, an unlikely guy to be hitting in the cleanup spot. But that's because Justin Morneau was taken out of the game a couple innings ago. We still haven't heard why. But Casilla went in to play second. Punto got moved to short, Harris to first. So now the guy hitting behind Mauer is a light hitting Alexei Casilla. He's going to foul one back this way. Hunter's pitch count at 90, and Darren O'Day starting to loosen up out there. See if Tommy can go a full 6 innings for Ron Washington tonight. That ball swatted into the crowd.
Yeah, the Twins are just really prolonging their at-bats now after starting in the 5th inning to move Tommy's pitch count up there. He's thrown a lot of strikes after the first couple innings.
Popped in a left. Andrews back and Murphy waiting. 1 out. Jason Kubel coming up. We go to Emily Jones.
Well, guys, the big talk today, of course, the Texas Rangers now leading the AL wildcard race. People want to talk about it, and of course, people want to tweet about it. You can do so on our Twitter page. That's twitter.com/FS Southwest. Also, the latest Rangers news and video on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Fox Sports Southwest. Don't forget to tweet your questions for Mark McLemore, too. He'll answer those questions in Rangers Live after the game. Gentlemen.
Won't forget. Thanks, Em. Promise. You're still not tweeting, huh, Tag? Still no Twitter account?
No. It just seems like for the time that you put into it, there's just not a big benefit to it for me. I'm just looking at kind of a risk-reward kind of thing. I don't see the reward.
Well, if you've got something to say, you say it to who you need to say it to, and you move on. I get that.
I mean, decided to have a chicken sandwich for lunch. See, I don't want to risk that person that's going to say, you think I actually care what you're having for lunch,
right,
or where you're going during the day?
You could tweet more important things than chicken, I suppose, but
you mean like a turkey dinner?
Like a nice club sandwich? Yeah. I got to admit, I'm about once a day on the whole Twitter thing. I try not to make it about food.
I think, I don't have anything against it. I don't do it personally, but I don't want people that do it to think that I have anything against it. If that works for people, that's great. I think it's
self-expression.
It's fine. It's fine. I just don't choose to do it myself.
But the 50 to 100 tweets a day thing is...
Well, some people love that. And that's great.
But not for you.
Not for me. Nope.
By the way, we're told that Justin Morneau left feeling dizzy. And on a warm night tonight, if you are feeling dizzy going in, it's not going to help.
What can you do tweeting that you can't do, for instance, on email?
Well, oh boy. That one is outside.
Is that like a wasted question?
No. It's just, gosh, how can I describe it? Email is direct. I mean, you want to talk right to one person. Like you email me, hey, are you coming to the fantasy football draft?
Right.
And I email you back, no, I'm not.
Okay.
Twitter, you tell everybody who might possibly care that you are going to a fantasy football draft. And it's up to them whether or not they choose to care at that point. But anybody that you think might, have an opinion about that, then you can put it out there at twitter.com. So
I got you.
It just opens your world up to more people.
Okay.
Anyway, Mike Maddox goes out to the mound to talk to Tommy Hunter. 97 pitches now for Tommy. And a 2-on situation is something he hasn't had to deal with since the 2nd inning. Righty ready in the bullpen. Elvis Andrus being called in, it would appear. No? Started walking in towards the mound, and then Tommy said, no, I'm cool.
Sometimes in this situation, a pitcher will turn around just to make sure he knows who's going to cover second base if the ball's hit back to him. Not sure if that's what he wanted to make sure. So that as you turn, you're not having to look for who's coming toward the bag. You know exactly where to throw it and how to lead the guy. You're not surprised to see who the guy covering is.
One thing the Rangers don't have yet in the game is a double play. That would get Tommy Hunter off the mound in less than 100 pitches thrown if he can get one right here. Well, there's a grounder, but it was to Scott Olger. Tag, if it makes you feel any better, Ranger fan Ed just emailed in, said he saw a line out there that called Twitter the Paris Hilton of technology.
Well, I'm glad I haven't joined it yet then.
2-strike pitch. Fly ball instead of a ground ball. Towards the alley in left center. Marlon Byrd has got it. Going back towards second. Ooh, they almost got Mauer.
I think he had tagged up. But they still almost got it because he could have tagged him.
Joe Creedy comes up next, and he made a dazzling defensive play. That was to rob Andrew Jones in the 4th inning. Wow, look at that. Your Coors Light freeze cam. And as we come back out of that, we'll show you Tommy Hunter walking off the mound and Darren O'Day coming in. The fans have totally appreciated big game Hunter. No reason not to tonight.
And you have to look at the fact that he's 23 years old. There's a big difference between Kevin Millwood throwing 118 pitches and Tommy Hunter throwing 118 pitches. You want him to stay strong for the rest of the season, and 100 pitches is it tonight.
O'Day is in. We'll be right back. 7-2 Rangers, our score. Officially will not be called one of those quality starts, which is such a quibble because he didn't go the 6 innings. He went 5 2/3, but high quality work again from Tommy. After a struggle the first 2 innings, he was dynamite 3, 4, and 5. Knocked out here in the 6th, and Darren O'Day takes over 2 on, 2 out.
Yeah, his final line, whether it looks decent or whether it looks a little less than decent, is going to have a lot to do with Darren and this at bat right here against Joe Creedy, because those 2 men on base belong to Tommy.
O'Day deals. As called outside by Mike DeMuro. The Rangers already have 55 quality starts this year. That's 6 innings or more, 3 runs or less. Last year they had 54 for the entire season. They got more than that right now. It's just the middle of August. I don't know if you caught the chant there.
I heard it, but I don't know what they were saying.
Well, you know how in soccer, European soccer, it's ole, ole, ole.
Yeah.
This is O'Day. O'Day, O'Day, O'Day.
I like that.
Very clever, fans. Like that.
He's been pretty clever himself. He's figured out a way to keep his opponents to hitting 178 against him so far. Only 24 hits in 39 innings. And he's done it by being able to nail the outside corner with his sinker and with his slider. And then occasionally when he gets ahead in the count, he'll come up and try to get the guy to swing at a high fastball. Like that, but he didn't swing at it. And it was a little too high and a little bit too far in.
Those fans will serenade O'Day right off of this field in a good way if he can get his man. Nope. Bases loaded. And Delman Young, the hitter. You mentioned earlier, Tag, Delman Young's only walked 8 times all year.
Now, Twins only have 4 hits and they only have 2 runs so far, but they haven't been easy outs. Tommy had a couple of quick innings in the 3rd and 4th, but even the 5th, which was a 1-2-3 inning, took a lot of pitches. And here it is again in the 6th. A lot more pitches here to get out of this inning.
Young swings at a lot of things, but wasn't going to swing at that.
Now you got to keep it out of the strike zone, but bring it close enough to where he'll swing at it. That was so far out it wasn't tempting.
Couldn't tempt him with that one either. 2-0. When Mike DeMuro was in a tight zone tonight.
Well, that was a strike to end the 2nd inning to Brendan Harris.
That's got to be a strike. It is. No. 3-1.
Well, that's close. But technically, it did not touch the rectangle. It wasn't a strike.
Two of the runners are responsibility of Tommy Hunter. That is outside. It's now 7-3. 3 walks in the inning, 2 in a row from Darren O'Day.
Well, he just walked one of the hardest guys in the league to walk, but you had to bring it close enough for him to swing at it. One of those was real close, but he was able to somehow avoid swinging at it. Must have gone up there with a different mindset than he normally does.
It's the first time all year, as a Ranger anyway, that Darren O'Day has walked back-to-back batters. And Nick Punto, who's only got 1 home run in his last 410 at-bats, but it was right here in this ballpark. He will be the batter now, bases loaded. And Neftali Feliz getting up in the Ranger bullpen.
You'd love to get through this game so that he doesn't have to pitch.
Back-to-back 2-out walks, the last one to not get a run. On appeal? Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely swung at it. That's being a little too aggressive to hit. The pitcher just walked 2 batters, and he went up there and swung at a ball and a little bit low.
Nine balls, 4 strikes so far from Darren O'Day. Punto, remember, had that 10-pitch at bat last inning. Tight zone, as we've been talking about. 2-1. Yeah, it's inside. Only 4 out of 14 now for O'Day in the strike zone. Ground ball, pass him out. Punto comes through. Minnesota is coming back. And boy, just what you said, Tom, about Tommy Hunter, unfortunately. These runs allowed not on his watch, but on Darren O'Day's. And now you're going to pick up the newspaper tomorrow, and it's going to look a little uglier than what actually happened.
The one thing that's unfortunate with a big lead are 3 walks in this inning. Tommy walked 1, Darren walked the first 2 batters he faced, and now it's an entirely different looking ball game.
Well, Neftali Police is going to be summoned. Denard Span will stand in there, and I'm sure he's seen the video. I'm sure he's read about him, but now he's going to have to face him. And here he comes. The 21-year-old fireballer coming on. It's 7-5. Well, the Rangers now have seen their lead trimmed down to 7-5. Darren O'Day, a rare, ineffective outing. Couple of walks and a single. But now these Ranger fans get to check out Neftali Police, who has done something that hasn't happened in baseball since K-Rod ascended to the big leagues in 2001. That is, strike out 16 in your first 8 innings of work. No walks yet, 16 punch-outs. The ERA is 104. The radar has read 102 on occasion. You got 2 on, 2 out. Denard Span will step in there. First one down and in. Ranger fans have been hearing the name Neftali Police for a little while now. All the talent in the world. A little bit unpolished until recently. The Rangers go down, get him out of the minors a couple of weeks ago. It's been a fun ride. Span turns on one. High and deep. And thankfully foul. Police has only allowed a couple of hits. One was the home run by Adam Kennedy. And Victor Martinez hit one pretty well the other day, too.
Now, Felice has been getting a lot of work. He's been pitching almost every other day, and sometimes a couple of innings. And it's impossible to avoid the temptation not to bring him into a game the way he's been pitching.
bends it in there for a strike. 1 and 2.
And that's what he's been able to do. So the hitters can't look just for a fastball. You have to hit his curveball too. And the fastball that Span pulled foul was 92 miles an hour. It wasn't 102 miles an hour. Like the one he threw to David Ortiz, that was probably 98 miles an hour.
Go ahead man at the plate. Back to Neftali Feliz. Out of the inning. And the fans appreciate the fact that the Rangers still have the lead. Sonic Slam inning brought to you by Sonic. The jackpot worth $100 plus tickets to a Ranger game and dinner for two at Sonic. Good luck to Rogers Brown of Plano. If a Ranger hits the grand slam this inning, we're giving away $25,000. And our thanks to the good folks at Sonic. They have found their way to the booth. We got a little peach shake deal going on here.
All right.
That promises to be outstanding. And apparently the writers in the press box were kind enough to leave us one burger that you and I can
that's
split.
A miracle. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, fellas.
Peach shake, that's the shake of the month, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
And the burger is how much?
Burger and shake for $2.99.
Hey, that's a bargain. I'm going back to the stands. It's a mess in here. They need a maid. It looks really bad.
You know what we need is a straw, actually, if we can get one. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Good job, Sonic. Way to go.
Ian Kinsler in a 7-5 game. And Ian back to the leadoff spot tonight. Has been on base 3 times out of 3. Double, a walk, and a hit by pitch.
Well, Keppel has retired 8 straight, 3 on strikeouts after getting a couple of men on and only 1 out when he came in the third.
On the ground, third base. Yeah, Keppel's been tough, especially against the Rangers for some reason, going back to his time with Kansas City. St. Louis native. His hometown team underway in LA right now. Cardinals and Dodgers scoreless in the first. Dodgers, a team that Michael Young grew up rooting for. Michael steps in right now. And Michael laces one into right. Base hit. He's been on base 3 times tonight. He has hit safely in each of his last 19 games in this ballpark now. Minnesota's bullpen has been busy. And with Josh Hamilton coming up, they will go ahead and make that change. Come back and tell you about Jose Mijares in just a moment or two. Rangers 7, Minnesota 5, and we will take a quick timeout. Most of the scoring in this game happened in the first couple innings. We saw 3 innings of nothing, 3rd, 4th, and 5th after a 7-2 Ranger lead after 2. Minnesota back with a 3-run 6th, and now as the Rangers threaten in the bottom of the 6th inning, Jose Mijares is called on, getting into his 47th game of the year. Not bad. Kind of the Dennis Reyes role. Portly left-hander with a low ERA.
Yeah, he's been pitching great. Keppel pitched well, 3 1/3, 2 hits, no runs. No walks either, and 3 strikeouts.
Hamilton, first pitch swinging, sends it towards the crowd. We were talking earlier, Tom, about how they've got that stat now, the chase percentage, where the stats mavens will track if a guy is actually swinging at a ball out of the strike zone or not. And what we can report about Josh Hamilton is before August the 2nd, his so-called chase percentage was 43%, which is really high. Since then, it's 25% over the last 2 weeks, and that just happens to be where Josh has been hitting about 440.
Yep, and that's a major component in Josh's hot streak.
Don't get yourself out, right?
Exactly. Nobody except, strange guys like Pudge Rodriguez, Vladimir Guerrero can hit and make any kind of an average out of chasing pitches out of the strike zone on a consistent basis. Most guys just can't do that, but those guys do it. They're unusual hitters.
Hamilton, 2 more hits tonight, 15 for his last 27. Basically, his batting average has gone up 50 points in about 2.5 weeks. We should mention the Angels have won that game in Baltimore. It has gone final at 8-5. The Angels now 35-23 on the road. So for the moment, they lead the Rangers by 5 games. Suddenly there's a race in the NL West as well. Colorado still playing well. The Giants aren't going anywhere. The Dodgers have to make sure they don't get caught in that division. LA has taken a 1-0 lead on St. Louis tonight. Braves beat the Diamondbacks earlier today, 9-4. And Atlanta trying to sneak in. They're 5.5 back in the NL East and right there for the wild card. 3 games back. In the American League, the wild card right now, anyway, it looks like a 3-team race. Texas, Boston, and Tampa Bay. A lot more teams in the National League, it would appear. You got Colorado, San Francisco, Florida, Chicago, and Atlanta. Nice long at bat for Hamilton. And by the way, as you look towards the 7th inning, assuming Neftali Felice stays on the mound, how about a Felice versus Maurer matchup? Might be seeing that.
Now, he may be getting a shot at Neftali without his best fastball. We didn't see his best fastball to Span. Velocity was down a little bit.
Hamilton works a walk. Boy, Marlon Byrd will come up with runners on again. He's been up with the bases loaded twice, and now a couple men on for him.
He's come through both times. He got hit by a pitch and drilled a shot into right center field to score a couple in the second. Example of what you're talking about right there with Josh working a walk against a left-hander, laying off high fastballs and low sliders.
It's got to be tough when you see your batting average sliding and you're supposed to be a big-time run producer, not to overextend yourself, not to want to get out there and jump at the ball. Fastball is up. Murphy's on deck. Rangers trying to reclaim a larger lead here in the 6th inning, after Minnesota scored 3 times in the top of this 6th. Back into the crowd off the bat of Marlon Byrd. Same 2 teams the next few nights. It's a free Kid Tuesday tomorrow evening. The Rangers entertain the Twins. Scott Feldman against Carl Pavano. We saw Pavano in this ballpark as a Cleveland Indian way back in Game 3 of the season. It did not go well for him. Gave up 9 runs. Got 3 outs. Marlon Byrd had a 3-run home run in that game off Carl Pavano. Got a chance for a 3-run homer right here in the Sonic Slam inning. Busted bat, slowly hit third base. You get the 1 out, and that's it. The takeout slide by Hamilton. Casilla only weighs about 170 pounds. Josh Hamilton was bearing down on him.
Wasn't a hard hit ball, but Creedy did a nice job getting the ball to Casilla. Casilla's anticipating 240 pounds sliding into him. He's not too interested in trying to get that throw off, and I don't blame him. You're really vulnerable as you're throwing the ball if you feel like you can't jump over the base runner.
Well, David Murphy acquitted himself well against a lefty earlier tonight. That was Liriano, the starter. And a single and a sac fly. Both teams have stranded 5 The Rangers leading 7-5. A night where there have been a lot of pitches thrown. Only one homer in the game. That was an opposite field shot by Joe Mauer. We have now seen 242 pitches total in this game, and there are a lot of games where that's your end of the night total, the two teams combined. This game, however, is in the bottom of the 6th. Liriano started for the Twins. He gave up 7 runs in 2 innings. His ERA now 5.8. Bobby Keppel did his job, 3 1/3 scoreless innings. For the Rangers, Tommy Hunter went 5 2/3. Darren O'Day did not get an out, facing 3 batters. His ERA has jumped for the first time over 2.04.
Oh, you won't see Darren come in and walk 2 guys. He did tonight, but that is such a rare occurrence. He's been pinpoint almost every game he's been in.
Murphy floats it to left and the inning ends. Rangers strand 2. We're at the end of 6. 7-5. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T is your world delivered. On a nice night at the ballpark, the Rangers 7-5 leaders over the Minnesota Twins, trying to pop that wild card lead up to a full game over Boston. The Red Sox idle tonight. 21-year-old Neftali Feliz will get Brendan Harris first, and then Joe Mauer here in the 7th inning. We have not seen the 100-mile-an-hour stuff yet from Neftali tonight, though he did show a really good curveball in that at-bat with Denard Span last inning. Throws it behind Brendan Harris.
Well, again, he's had a good workload since he's been here, more than he's had in relief in the minor leagues, because a couple of his relief appearances have been more than 1 inning. And he may just be a little bit tired right now and not have his good fastball. He put a lot into those appearances against the Red Sox.
Gets a pop-up. The other youngster on display is Elvis Andrus. And now what should be a fun battle. Joe Mauer is the league's leading hitter. And Neftali Feliz can test his mettle against him. With 2 more hits tonight, Mauer is now at 379. He's leading Ichiro by 20 points. And this is the quote-unquote slowest we have seen Neftali Feliz. You get spoiled, huh? 16 strikeouts in 8 innings of work. Striking out every batter is not going to happen. Although that did happen once in the minors. A guy by the name of Ron Netchai. A 27 strikeout game in a 9-inning game. Did it for the Pirates farm team in Bristol, Virginia in the early 50s. And that guy struck out 24 in his next start, 20 in the start after that one. Mauer with a foul. And yes, Ron Netchai did get called up all the way to Pittsburgh eventually. Went 1-6. Developed a sore arm. And never did pitch in the majors again. The 2-2. Drifting outside. Keeping in mind Mauer is 29 for his last 56. Hitting around 5'11", I guess that is. Pass the mound, a base hit.
That guy is a hitting machine. That pitch was about a foot off the ground, it looked like, maybe a little higher. Borderline strike. Ripped it up the middle. Got a home run, a line shot double. Now a base hit.
Well, it's an effortless delivery and it's an effortless swing. And the tying man now will be Alexei Casilla. No action in the Ranger bullpen.
In a close game, the one thing you don't want to see is Mauer hit again. So the fewer guys that get on, the better chance you've got of that happening. So try to get a ground ball, get a double play right here would sure help.
The other thing that assumably helps is the fact that Justin Morneau had to leave the game a few innings ago because he was dizzy. This would normally be where Morneau would be hitting. 28 home runs out of the lineup, 0 home runs in the lineup. That one crackles in there at 94. Squares the count at 1-1.
Casilla's been given a lot of opportunities to play regularly for the Twins, but hasn't been able to play well enough to stay in the lineup on an everyday basis. He's only hitting 182 in 176 at bats. They like his skill, so they're giving him another chance. In fact, they sent him back to the minor leagues for a while.
Infield poised to double play depth. Now we're seeing a pretty consistent 95 with the fastball, so down a notch from what we've come to expect from Neftali. A lot of teams happy though to bring out a guy into the ball game, 21 years old, that throws 95. tied him up right there.
Breaking ball looked like it was farther inside than that, but it actually was right on the corner of the inside part.
Felice doesn't have a strikeout yet. Runner goes, Richardson throws. A tag! No! Couldn't get him.
Good try. Kevin got rid of that ball quickly. But Mauer slid underneath the tag. Not an easy pitch to throw on, too, because he had to reach into the hitter.
Mauer got the helmet down under the limbo stick there. That action of ducking is what saved him. So 2-2 the count to Garcia. Poked in the left. David Murphy's got it. See Mauer looking at the elbow that's all cut up.
It's nice, and you said it, not to have Morneau hitting in that spot with Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel back to back. But it's a 2-run game, and you've got Kubel up there right now. And even though you don't hear as much about him, this guy can hit. He's a .340 hitter against right-handed pitching. 10th in the league coming into the game at .312.
Breaking ball inside from Neftali. It is Tommy Hunter's game to win. He went 5 2/3. There's the fastball. Just to get him one way or the other. It's kind of like when we talk about the Rangers scoring 7 runs without a home run tonight. Maybe Felice doesn't need to strike out Kubel, but the fans would love to see it. Brought that one in at 97. The closest he has been to triple digits tonight.
Yeah, in this situation, he's reaching back for a little bit more. He started out, most of his pitches were 91 and 92. Gradually, he snuck back up there.
Getting away, but quickly recovered. A lot of the crowd standing, trying to help out Neftali Felice. Fly ball, shallow left. Murphy's got it. Inning over. What you missed? Well, Joe Mauer has just been incredible of late. He homered in the first inning off Tommy Hunter. So the Rangers came roaring back to take the lead. And Kevin Richardson, the 28-year-old rookie, got his first big league hit. His family appreciates it. And Richardson catching young Tommy Hunter tonight. Tommy went 5 2/3. It's been the bullpen from there. As the Rangers lead the Minnesota Twins now 7-5 in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Rangers have not scored since the 4-run second inning, Mr. Greaves, so maybe time to get something going again.
Well, they've seen some good relief pitching from the Twins. Keppel, Maharis, both those kids are throwing well. Keppel pitched 3 1/3. Maharis came in to relieve him and got 2 outs in the 6th. Keppel pitched out of a little bit of a jam his first inning, had a single and hit by pitch.
Jones, Blaylock, and Richardson here in the bottom of inning 7. Both bullpens are busy.
Jason Jennings throwing the Ranger bullpen. He'll come in to pitch the 8th inning.
Neftali Feliz ends up going an inning and a third. And it's the first time he's been in a big league ball game and didn't strike out anybody. Remember, he struck out the first 4 batters he faced in the big leagues.
And that was not his dominant stuff tonight. It looked like his arm might have been a little tired tonight.
But again, a tired-armed Neftali Feliz is still as impressive as anything you'd see coming out of a bullpen. 95 to 97 miles an hour with the fastball.
Yeah, at the end. But probably the first 10 fastballs he threw were 91, 92 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And you compare that to the Red Sox game when he came in, whatever he was throwing then. And again, I think our radar gun's a few miles an hour slower than some of them too. So it's tough to compare what you see in different parks because sometimes the radar guns vary a little bit.
Punto gets Jones. As we often talk about, it's not just the number that pops up there, it's the movement on the ball, right? I mean, you can throw, well, not you or I, but I mean, a guy that throws 99 and it's straight as a string, that's not as effective as a guy throwing 93 and it moves.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it depends on the deception in your delivery, what your other pitches are. I wouldn't say that right now Neftali Feliz's ball is a sinker by any stretch of the imagination. And when you can get it in there like he does, as effortlessly as he does, it gets on the hitter a little quicker than they would expect. And then you combine that with his changeup and the hard curveball that he throws, that combination is pretty tough. Maharis is throwing pretty hard himself. His fastball has been as high as 92 or 93.
Blaylock trying to break an 0 for 15 right now. Will take down in the dirt. Blaylock has become the everyday first baseman with Chris Davis down in AAA. We should point out Davis hitting .406 in his last 10 games for Oklahoma City. Justin Smoke in his last 10 games hitting .400. Blaylock down on strikes. The Rangers have just 1 hit since the 3rd inning. But they had a 3-run first and the 4-run second tonight. Now with Richardson coming up, and then righties to follow: Andrews, Kinsler, and Young. Matt Guerrero has been warming for Minnesota, and they will go ahead and make that change, bring the right-hander in. 7-5 Rangers, and the rookie Richardson will be at the plate to face Guerrero when we come back after this.
Hey, what's that?
Hey, Mom and Dad!
There you go. You got the tote bag, the hat, the shirt. Way to go, Colt. There you
I hope his mom and dad are watching.
Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Jim. Kevin Richardson batting against Matt Guerrero with 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. The Rangers have a 2-run lead against Minnesota tonight. First of a 4-game series, and Richardson with Saltalamacchia on the DL becomes the Rangers' number 2 catcher behind Taylor Teagarden.
Guerrero's been one of the better relievers in the American League this year. 5-1. 188 opponent's batting average. He's only walked 9 batters in 57 innings. Got a good assortment of pitches. That's an overhand curveball that he likes to throw. He's got a good fastball.
A 2.2 ERA. He was hit hard down the stretch last year, but was really good for the first 4 months of last year. He had an ERA north of 10 his last 25 games of 2008, but he bounced right back from that in 09.
That might have been a case of being used a lot and just getting tired. And that happens when you have a lot of close games. The bullpen is used a lot. The guys late innings are trying to save games, protect leads. And he's had quite a few innings this year, too. He's already had 57 innings. He's probably on pace for somewhere around 70 innings, which is a good amount of innings for a bullpen guy.
Richardson, another base hit in his major league debut.
Well, the other ball that he hit to shortstop was probably the hardest ball he had all day long. And he got that hit off a guy who gives up an opponent's batting average below 200. So that's a nice hit to have right there against Guerrero. He doesn't give many up.
Again from Bellingham, Washington, which is known as the city of subdued excitement. There's nothing subdued from Mom right there. She's pretty happy. I had to try again on the high five. That's fine.
Either that or it was one of the neighbors next door to him. Probably got the fans in on the cheering there, too. They have to be aware of who they are, how happy they are to be here watching their son.
Their son's a lifetime 500 hitter in the big leagues.
That's right.
Ten hits for the Rangers now tonight. Now Guerrero to Elvis Andrus. Elvis smokes one to the alley in left center. Long run for Denard Span. He won't get it. It bounces against the wall. Here comes the catcher lumbering around third. Richardson heading home. To play at third base, not in time. A triple for Elvis. It's 8-5.
And that's a big run right there. As you said, Josh, the Rangers haven't scored since the second. The Twins have crept back into the game. It's getting late. Anything can happen. And right off the bat, Kevin Richardson starts off a little rally with a base hit. And Elvis drills one into the gap for a triple.
And it stayed in the ballpark. It didn't bounce on the track and go out for the automatic double.
I thought it did for a second. That pitch is right down the middle, and he laid into it.
Now we'll see if Kinsler can follow up. Richardson being coaxed around third. Boy, that's turning on one right there. Kinsler hits it into the upper deck. How many feet foul do you figure that one was?
I don't know. 150?
I was going to say probably somewhere between 120 and 150. That is being mildly out in front. Ooh, showing the bunt, and Andrus. It wasn't the suicide or anything like that.
I think he just saw Creedy playing way back and thought about doing that against the Red Sox when Mike Lowell was playing way back.
Line to the left. And with a dive, it's peeled off the grass by Delman Young to end the inning. Wow, that close to being 9-5. The Rangers settle for an 8-5 lead at the end of 7. Eight to 5 as we go to the 8th, the night where the Angels have already won. As we check the wild card standings, Boston not playing tonight. The Rangers a chance to get a full game ahead of Boston. Got a series with Tampa Bay looming pretty soon. Matter of fact, this coming weekend it'll be the Rangers and the Rays. The Mesquite native Jason Jennings is ushered into the proceedings now. A new role for Jason this year, pitching out of the bullpen. He's now done it 41 times as of, well, his first pitch will throw to Kadire. Jason Jennings, the sociology major at Baylor, also an All-American pitcher at Baylor. Went on to be a #1 pick of the Colorado Rockies. He had one of the best major league debuts ever. As we talk about Kevin Richardson debuting tonight, the Ranger catcher. That ball right up the middle, a base hit. Tell you more about Jennings in just a second. First, we go to the set of Rangers Live. Dana Larson standing by.
Well, Josh, speaking of Kevin Richardson, it has been a whole lot of fun to watch him in his major league debut today. Coming up after the game on the postgame show, we will hear from the starting catcher about this most memorable day and check in with his good buddies in Oklahoma City, which tonight included Nelson Cruz and Brandon McCarthy, both on rehab assignments. We will update you on how they did. That is coming up after the game with me and Mark McLemore. We'll see you in just a bit.
Thanks, Dane. Joe Creedy at the plate now, takes outside. We were talking about Jennings with the Rockies back in 2001. It was right around this time of year in 01 when he made his big league debut. A complete game, 10-0 shutout in which he hit a home run. That's a pretty good first game.
I'll say.
At Old Shea Stadium.
Yeah, generally with a 10-run lead, you wouldn't get a chance to pitch a complete game. Must have had a fairly good pitch count. C.J. Wilson throwing down in the Ranger bullpen. I think Ron's plan got changed a little bit when Darren only pitched to 3 batters. A very rare occurrence for him.
Infield, a double play depth. Again, Minnesota's here for 4 games starting tonight. Then the Rangers have a challenging road trip coming up. They will play these Minnesota Twins. Their last trip to the Metrodome ever. unless they want to go see the Vikings play football at some point. Minnesota gets a new outdoor stadium next year. But before the Rangers go to the Metrodome, they've got to play at Tampa Bay and at the Yankees. No easy task. Well, the Rays, of course, have designs on finding a way to get back to the postseason. They represented the American League last year in the World Series. Evan Longoria's having a great year. Could he be in the MVP mix if the Rays somehow get in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of baseball to be played, and those types of awards will be determined in September.
Hot foul. There are some teams that are just right on the periphery right now. Some starting to pick up extra pieces. For example, the White Sox got Jake Peavy, got Alex Rios. Their GM, Kenny Williams, made some news apparently today. He got interviewed and called his team underachievers. Said we've been giving games away.
Well, I think there's a lot of times that general managers feel that way and may not come out and say it. Kenny Williams and Ozzie Guillen are probably the most outspoken general manager duo in baseball. They're just, when asked a question, they're pretty honest about it and forthcoming.
That ball cracked into right center field. The former White Sox, Joe Creedy, flies out here. Bird all the way in front of Hamilton.
That's a big first out right there after JJ went to 3-1. Had to come back and throw several strikes, but he did it and got that first out.
Speaking of Kenny Williams, did you see where he got a ticket for jaywalking in Seattle?
No.
True.
You know, every time I think about doing that, I remember the one that Doug got trying to cross the street there for, I don't know, $40 or $50. So I stopped, go down to the street corner.
That ball taking off the bat of Delman Young, but there's David Murphy. Out number 2. Yeah, the Rangers massage therapist, Doug Cecil, last year was the guy that got the ticket.
Wasn't he crossing the street with one of the higher priced people, one of the players?
You know who it was? It was Matt Wahlbeck.
Matt Wahlbeck.
Not that he's not a high priced guy, but the Rangers' third base coach from last year.
But Matt didn't get one, and he did, right?
I mean, according to Matt, they were both crossing the street. Couple of bald guys walking around Seattle. They flagged one and let the other go.
Well, at least we know they just weren't picking on Rangers. They must spread those tickets around. Maybe they can sense people from out of town.
Nick Punto, the hitter now. Denard Span on deck. Jennings pours in a strike.
Attaboy, Jason.
Trying to keep it a 3-run lead here. Hunter, O'Day, Felice, and Jennings for the Rangers tonight. Liriano, Keppel, Maharis, and Guerrero for Minnesota. 8 pitchers, 13 runs. The game tomorrow at 7:05. Scott Feldman against Carl Pavano. Feldman in search of his 13th win of the year. He was not in the Rangers starting rotation until the end of April. If Feldman gets that 13th win tomorrow, we're going to be able to say that only Adam Wainwright of St. Louis and Josh Beckett have more wins.
Pretty nice.
Two and two out. Three and two. I don't think there's been a single 10 or even 12 pitch inning in this game from a Ranger pitcher or a Twins pitcher. Runner goes, 3-2 pitch, low. The tying man coming up, it's Denard Span. C.J. Wilson is ready. And they go lefty-lefty, something Ron Washington is probably going to do right here. Kadire led off the inning with a single. And now Punto, who continues to be a tough out with the walk. So here is the blue glove lefty. C.J. Wilson is in to face the tying man when we come back. Rangers 8, Minnesota 5, the first of a 4-game series. And C.J. Wilson needs to make sure that it stays in the Rangers' favor right here. He's got to face Denard Span. Yeah, 2 on, 2 out. And C.J. with 59 strikeouts this year in 52 innings. That's kind of a quiet creep-up kind of stat this year, that he's averaging better than a strikeout per inning. ERA right around 3. And a pretty good contact hitter up there in Span. Young is always playing in on the grass at third base when Span is up, just in case he's thinking about dropping one down.
Yeah, Span's not quite a walk per strikeout, but 53 walks, 67 strikeouts. Pretty good for a young hitter.
Strike one. As usual, even in a down year for the Twins, they are pesky. Top to bottom, no matter who's in their lineup, they do not give away at-bats. You earn what you get when you face the Twins. There's a foul. It's 0-2. Been a long, kind of sweaty night at the ballpark tonight. Fans hanging right in there as the Rangers look to take a 1-game lead in the wild card. Stay within 4.5 in the West.
Span is one of the few hitters, we talked about him the last time we played the Twins, that you'll see basically hit from a dead still position. Doesn't move his hands, doesn't turn his shoulder, doesn't do anything.
really to get the bat started. And the reason you don't see many guys do it is it's not easy to hit that way, but while you wouldn't suggest it for a young hitter, it works for Span.
Pass him out near short. Elvis Andrews hustling to the bag and got there barely in time.
Wow.
Exhale.
That was close.
It's still 8-5. Rangers leading 8-5. Folks, you can join us Wednesday. The Rangers take on these Twins. It's a $1 hot dog night and a Dr. Pepper autograph Wednesday. Don't forget, the Paul McCartney concert is that same night. So if you're coming to the game, allow yourself some extra time, because there will be a traffic issue or two Wednesday night. But it's a worthwhile trip. Come see the Rangers play. And maybe if the wind is blowing just right, you can kind of crane your neck, open your ears, and hear a little Paul McCartney. 972 Rangers. Number to call to get your tickets. Someone's knocking at the door. Someone's ringing the bell. Someone's knocking at the door. That's one of my favorite McCartney lyrics of all time, Tag. Straightforward, right to the point. Do me a favor, open the door, let him in. I think that really speaks to America right there.
I'm glad to hear you feel that way. Have you worked it into your repertoire yet?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I think you should if it's your favorite McCartney lyrics.
Brian Dunsing is pitching. Michael Young is hitting, blasting away to left. One out. It's like 4 chords in that song. You could probably do that. Dunsing, we were told, is going to be pitching in place of Anthony Swarzak on Thursday, so maybe just getting an inning in anyway, right?
I think that's what it is, a little bit of a tune-up.
Josh Hamilton will bat.
Probably a day he was going to throw in the bullpen anyway, and I think the Twins probably felt it's even better to get an inning on the field to get ready for that start. He's been in the bullpen for the Twins.
Third-round pick in the 2005 draft was Dunsing out of the University of Nebraska. Hamilton lifting one to left. Another play for Delman Young. And you start to look ahead to the 9th inning, of course. 2, 3, 4 in the order will be due against Frankie Francisco. Remember, Justin Morneau had to leave the game with dizziness. Normally he'd be the number 3 hitter in that inning. Instead it'll be Alexi Casilla. A 3 RBI night for Marlon Byrd. One of the runs batted in. He, well, just got hit with a pitch that bounced in there from Francisco Liriano. Breaking ball, squirts outside. Again, the Angels won their game tonight. White Sox are leading Kansas City 7-4. That game's in the 8th inning. The A's lead the Yankees 3-0 in the 4th inning. Down the line, into left field corner it goes for Marlon Byrd. He has been doubling up a storm here in 2009. He's got a shot to lead the league in that department. That's number 37.
Oh, maybe the Rangers get another 2-out run. They got a 2-out run in the 7th. Single by Richardson, triple by Andrus. And Marlon now has a chance to score a run, give the Rangers a 4-run lead, a little bit more of a cushion. Frankie's throwing out the bullpen. It's a save opportunity right now. Won't be a save opportunity if David knocks in Marlon, though.
Another at bat against a lefty for David Murphy. 3 of his 4 trips to the plate tonight so far have been against a lefty. Now he gets Dunsing. Wow.
David started to swing a little too soon and ended up with a pitch he knew he shouldn't have swung at. And that kind of a swing, you just hope you don't get hurt.
Remember, the Rangers lost 2 of 3 to this Minnesota team right here, right after the All-Star break. Trying to take the first of a 4-game series here tonight. The Rangers 11-3 their last 14 games here in Arlington. And overall, the Rangers have won, well, 4 out of 5, 18 out of 27. Enabling them to blast past Boston for the wild card. Murphy couldn't hold back. Well, as you say, it's a difference in it being a save situation or not for Frankie Francisco, who is poised to pitch the 9th either way. Some symmetry, I guess, if the Rangers end up winning this game 8-5. That's the score by which the Angels won tonight. We got a pair of home runs from Vlad Guerrero, one from Kendry Morales. Taken, ball 4.
Well, you got David to swing at 2 bad pitches, but couldn't get him to swing at some of the ones that were actually closer to the strike zone. Good at bat for David, though, to work a walk right here. Now you bring up Andrew Jones with a chance at the lefty. And a good at bat's not unusual for David. Usually makes the pitcher work.
Chance for Andrew Jones to break this thing open. Andrew had an RBI hit back in the 2nd. And again, the Rangers close to getting a powerful right-hand bat back besides Andrew. Nelson Cruz a couple days away from being eligible to come off the DL. Blaylock would be next if Andrew Jones can reach. Tapper back to the mound, though. And as Dunsing fires to first, it is a save situation now for Frankie Francisco. We go to the ninth. Rangers 8, Minnesota 5. Texas Ranger Baseball brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. By Progressive, for a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. And by the Ford F-150. It's not just a pickup truck, it's a Ford F-150. It's been a long night at the ballpark tonight. The Rangers have thrown 95 strikes and 66 balls. Minnesota's thrown 95 strikes and 65 balls.
Wow.
That's how even it's been in that regard anyway. But on the scoreboard, 8-5 Texas.
Well, let's just count on the Twins not throwing any more pitches tonight.
Right.
Frankie come in and close this thing out quickly, going for his 18th save. Had a big save against the Red Sox in yesterday's ball game. 3 up, 3 down, as well as Frankie's thrown.
Here's the 322nd pitch of the night, and it's to Brendan Harris, and it's a strike. Yeah, it was absolutely one of those, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times weekends for Frankie. The worst went first. That was Friday. And you can't have much better of an outing than he had yesterday. 10 pitches, 8 of them strikes. And the guy that beat him Friday night, Victor Martinez, some poetic justice, he was the final victim.
He got him with a really good curveball.
Down the right field line, Hamilton crawls up there and almost got it. That would have been a nice way to grab an out. We've seen Josh make this catch before this year. 1 foot on the wall. Ooh, just real close.
Yeah, if he had another foot, or the ball wasn't a foot as high as it was, he would have caught that ball. He just scraped the wall in front of his glove.
The 0-2 to Harris is high. Joe Mauer on deck, but not as the tying run. Mauer's been incredible. Got him.
Got him with a curveball. 3 straight fastballs, and couldn't pull the trigger on a curveball, and that wouldn't separate him from a lot of hitters on that pitch. You got to be aware of a fastball from Frankie. Gets up there in a hurry. But first time he'd seen the curveball, he dropped it in right on top of the inside corner.
Harris has been called out a couple of times on tough pitches tonight. That one just barely caught the upper inside corner. And then with the bases loaded, maybe one of the bigger pitches of the game, Tommy struck him out on a low sinker.
Well, the 1, 2, and 4 hitters for Minnesota tonight, Tag, are a combined 0 for 13. But in the middle of that, here's Mauer. He's 3 for 4.
Well, you sure like, if Mauer's going to hit in the 9th inning, you sure like it with the bases empty and a 3-run ball game.
No doubt. Orlando Cabrera's moved on deck. Frankie deals another strike. There have been command issues for a lot of pitchers tonight, but Frankie has thrown 6 pitches, 5 strikes. He got him!
Mauer's only struck out 47 times now all season long. Well, that's some high heat right there. And for the people that were at all worried about Frankie, he came back and showed what he's made of yesterday against the Red Sox. And people will say, well, he hasn't pitched on back-to-back days since he's come off the disabled list well yet. And he's throwing the ball well right now. You just have to remember he's on the disabled list twice, and the second time was with pneumonia, and it's taken him some time to regain his strength. We're watching him yesterday, and so far today, it sure looks like the strength is back.
Cabrera, who got traded over from the Oakland Athletics. He's really been good since then. Fouls it into the crowd. Rangers poised now to go to 17 games over 500. Take a 1-game lead on the Red Sox for the wild card. Ground ball to short. Elvis Andrus has got it. Ball game!
The good part about that save, it was less than 10 pitches.
Tommy Hunter wins again. Frankie with another save. And the Rangers, an 8-5 winner over the Minnesota